In the hills of Maharashtra, there's a temple that shouldn't exist. It wasn't built brick by brick. It was carved, top to bottom, out of a single mountain of solid rock. No blocks. No mortar. Just one impossible act of subtraction. This is the story of the Kailasa Temple, and the question historians still argue about: how did they do this, by hand? This is Cave 16 at Ellora, in modern-day Maharashtra, India. It's known as the Kailasa Temple, dedicated to Lord Shiva. Historians believe it was commissioned in the 8th century by King Krishna I of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. But calling it a cave temple undersells what it actually is. It's a full multi-story temple complex, carved entirely from the living rock of a hillside. Here's what makes it different from almost every other ancient monument on Earth: it wasn't assembled. Normal temples and palaces are built upward, stone by stone, block by block. Kailasa was carved downward and inward. Workers started at the top of the rock face and removed stone until the temple emerged from inside the mountain. Estimates suggest over 200,000 tons of rock were removed. The final structure stands more than 100 feet tall, and because it was carved top-down, there was no room for error. The entire design had to exist in someone's mind before a single chisel strike. Look closer and the mystery deepens. The temple includes multi-level galleries, life-sized carved elephants, intricate pillars, and connecting bridges, all cut from one continuous piece of rock. Nothing was added. Nothing was assembled separately. The tool marks suggest hammers and chisels, technology that existed at the time, but the coordination required to execute a design this precise, at this scale, with this little margin for error, is still debated by archaeologists and engineers today. So what's the leading explanation? Most historians agree it wasn't magic or lost technology, it was organization. Estimates suggest thousands of skilled workers labored for decades, possibly across multiple generations. Ellora already had a tradition of rock-cut cave temples going back centuries before Kailasa, meaning the artisans inherited generations of accumulated stone carving expertise. Some researchers also point to fire and water techniques, heating rock and rapidly cooling it to create controlled cracks, as a possible method for removing large volumes of stone faster. But here's the honest truth: we don't have the original construction records. We don't know the exact size of the workforce, or precisely how long it took, or the full technique used at every stage. This is a real, unresolved question in archaeology, not a case of ancient aliens or lost civilizations, just an extraordinary feat of human planning and labor that we're still trying to fully reconstruct. Whatever the exact method, Kailasa remains the largest monolithic structure on Earth, carved from a single rock, over 1,000 years ago. If you want the next mystery, the iron pillar of Delhi that has stood for 1,600 years without rusting, subscribe, that one's next.